Let's get into WWE news. So, Lucha Libre Online posts that confirmado. Undertaker estuvo backstage anoche en el Juan de la Barrera para el evento Alianzas de AAA. So he met up. He was at a AAA show, and he was backstage at Juan de la Barrera for the AAA Alianzas event. Okay, so how awesome is that? We're having Undertaker crossover with AAA and TNA lately. Per Fightful, Alberto Del Rio's status with WWE has not changed even after his exit from AAA this week. It said that Del Rio is legitimately done with AAA, and there are reportedly no plans for a WWE return either. Okay, so Fightful's not wrong about this, but it's just because he's going to work backstage in AAA. That's my understanding. Like all this whole New Deal talk as well. That's for people. And Alberto never got one of these. Like I had Husey hitting me up. Like this is when the dirt sheets are saying Alberto got a deal. It's okay. Like explicitly, I've been told this. So again, I'm not a sheet. Believe who you want. But the way this is all shaping out is what your boy Phil said so long ago. He won't be on TV. He legit got beat at the show, at the last AAA show by his old crew, by Messias, and he's no longer in AAA. But I think he'll just work behind the scenes and no, he will not show up on WWE TV or anything like that. However, they've spoke about him on WWE TV. They showed Vince with Hulkster. They bring up Brock now and again. So I just think they're not into the whole. I wouldn't be shocked if like Chris Benoit maybe doesn't get brought up, and they won't like celebrate him. But don't be shocked if WWE's like, yeah, we'll mention Chris Benoit in passing when we're talking about the 3 number 1 entry Rumble winners. We'll say Chris Benoit won. We don't even need to show him on TV. Like, don't be shocked if they move more towards that, because like we're not celebrating these people. Like we don't need to show Del Rio on WWE TV or induct him in the Hall of Fame or anything. But if you're getting a point across about like people who debuted and won a title or whatever in their debut, I think Del Rio. Didn't he, or was that his return against Cena? I can't remember, right? But Carlito, for instance, whatever, he's not canceled from WWE, but you get the point I'm getting across here. But I don't think any of the people that, quote unquote, sign new contracts with WWE, they didn't, man. WWE absorbed 51%. They own 51%, the majority of AAA. Therefore, they're in charge of it. They absorb all the that comes along with it. And when you see certain wrestlers like Mr. Iguana signed a deal, I think that is just like, okay, NXT appearances, we need you to sign extra. Here's what you'll get paid for that. We want to sell your merch on WWE.com now. We want to start manufacturing your masks or whatever. So we need you to come sign this, and that. And you're about to get richer and more popular. You know, I think it's that. But they're not, I don't think they're going out of their way to like, we have to re-sign people. Like, why would that be the case? You just absorb, you own 51% of it. So you just own whatever they owned, 51%. I don't know why people don't understand that aspect of this. But speaking of Mexico, there was the Super Show in Monterey, WWE Super Show, and here is Rey Fenix, or Penta with his daughter, and he's wearing a ginormous headdress. And I love this type of man. And this was a huge special entrance, WrestleMania level for some of these Mexican superstars. It's dope that WWE's doing like a mixed tag match situation too. But yeah, this was a huge moment. And when WWE decides to do like a PLE there, it's going to go insane. Like they had such a huge turnout to this show. And he's with his daughter. Like, what a moment for him. Dude, Penta's so deadly. He just came out on 2K25 as well. and it's so awesome using him. The last DLC pack was awesome, but having Penta in there and Jordan Grace is fun, and Bull Nakano's like my favorite character on the game now. CM Punk says headlining WWE Raw Netflix debut was a bigger deal than WrestleMania. In 50 years from now, and 20 years from now, and 10 years from now, and 15 years from now, whatever, that match will be, and that moment, the first main event on Netflix will be held in such high regard. That's like a monumental moment right there. I think he's just speaking of the magnitude, what it means historically. Like lots of people have main evented Manias, bro. Lots of people have wrestled on WrestleMania. Not that there's anything that makes you etched in stone for sure, but the first ever Monday Night Raw Netflix main event. There can only be one of those, and he was in it. So WWE SummerSlam match in jeopardy. Drew McIntyre stranded in England with no passport, and this is a shoot. So here's Drew, and usually he's trolling the internet, and he might even be working it up for the internet a bit, because Drew is a master of fucking using social media, dude. He understands like how Ricochet thinks he's garnering heat and getting attention, and oh, you don't get it, he's playing a heel. No, we get it, but he's just becoming a heel in real life. He's a dorky asshole. It's not like even the kind you want to see get slapped in the face. It's like, I don't even want to watch when this guy comes on TV. It's just cringe, you know, and he's not special in AEW. He was special in WWE. With Drew, he knows how to heel properly and get you invested in wanting to either see him beat someone up or get beat up, you know, or just check out what he's doing on socials, which is the first step. And so shout out Drew, and here's him maybe hamming it up, but this is a legit issue. And WWE will get it rectified, though. They can get Jacob Fatu in Canada. They can get, they can get Drew McIntyre's passport shit all worked out and temporary this and that's. And especially if you're able to get like private planes involved and things like that, you know, they'll be able to work it out. No problem.
It's quite the week I've had. You want to know how it's been capped off? I can't get back in America. They wouldn't let me board my flight. Look at the scenic countryside. Does that look like an American scenic countryside? No. I'm in England still. At my buddy's wedding. What a wedding it was. Planning to go back, train for SummerSlam. But no. I got blocked. Wife and I walked up to the gate, trying to check in. Always goes perfectly fine. Not this time. Drew, you don't have your US passport. I know who you are. I know you've lived there for a long time. I know you're showing me pictures of US passport and your global entry and your, it doesn't matter. I know exactly who you are, your property and the likes. But no, we can't let you in the country, buddy. We can't let you in the country. So my wife and I panic. We say, we've got a sick animal at home. We're good people. We care about our animals. We care about people. I'm like, go ahead, babe. Don't think about me. Leave me behind. Leave me to die behind. It's okay. She has to go against her will. Goes back home, look after the cat. And here I
am. Fucking Drew. He's way too good. He needs to be in more movies.
So what happened? What changed this trip? Jelly Roll. You know somebody? Got some connections. You got your 15 minutes of fame right now. You can get away with some stuff. You're hot. Soon you will not be. So you're getting it in while you can, yeah? You realize when I took off my shirt on SmackDown, you went, oh my God, all that aura, I'm screwed. So you're going to screw up my training for SummerSlam week. Why am I in a field? I don't know why I'm in a field, but I can tell you one thing. When this is all over and I'm going to get back, I'm going to drop you, Jelly Roll. I'm going to make you pay. And eventually, you're going to gain all that weight back. And you're going to look like one of these fuckers.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Drew McIntyre hit him with the Scott Steiner, dude. He's like, yo, Jelly Roll. Oh, man, that's wild. And see, he's taking a shoot situation, making it into a working it into a shoot, brother. Ivy Nile switched up her hairstyle as well, much like Matt Riddle. And I don't know if she switched it up or did she just take her hair down and take a picture of herself with her hair down for once. Either way, if she does this look, I got to be honest, I like her look with the Creed brothers in American Made. But if they like disband and she goes off and does her own thing and keeps a look like this, amazing. But for now, I'd actually keep her look the way it is until she separates from American Made. Speaking of American Made, Chad Gable is here with his arm in a sling and he stooges that he was once or is El Grande Americano. But how could he be if El Grande's in Mexico right now? And chat saying like Ivy Nile's look is way better. Yeah, if you're trying to fuck her, right? But we're talking about wrestling where you're trying to be unique and an ass kicker, and like who has the braids the way she does with the shaved side head. Like as someone who's going to beat your ass, that her look is way better with the braids and all that. In my opinion, there's a million pretty girls in wrestling, right? But with the braids, she's like unique and an ass kicker. So I would say for wrestling, stick with that. And then one day when you break off from American Made, okay, go with like the pretty girl look, you know? But unless she's about to start like switching up her whole demeanor and everything, I just don't know. I don't know. I think she should stay looking like the angry little pit bull, you know? Gable. Cardi B, someone's saying, is she the one with the bad smelling BBL? Yeah, and you know what? People say that's a fake rumor, but there's multiple people who've been saying that about her for years, so I don't know about that. Drew McIntyre was unable to use his British passport and wasn't allowed through to travel home to the United States. And WWE sources spoken to feel confident it will be rectified, obviously. So WWE called out for being obsessed with street cred by overusing celebrities. WWE gets called out here on the Stevie Richards show by Stevie Richards with James Romero. And James Romero said, yeah, I think WWE, especially for many years now, you know, with the Celebrity Raw thing, and especially now that WWE is part of TKO, they're so obsessed with street cred. Basically, they're so obsessed with their clout points that they'll give an inordinate amount of TV time without fully testing if it's going to work or not to somebody like Travis Scott. So that's my James Romero impression. Or was Stevie the one who said that? Let me read it again. Yeah, I think WWE, especially for many years now. Hey, that's their opinion. Dave said it's open season on Travis Scott. Everyone but the wrestlers, I guess, has started running with that notion. So here's Solo Sikoa and the MFT protecting Tiffany Stratton through the airport. And basically they just form like a formation around her so that weirdos can take pictures of her. And they're going to take pictures of everyone, but the sickos really run up to these women. Like, dude, guy wrestlers get approached in airports, but if you've ever seen wrestlers walk through an airport, then you know the women ones get like fucking hounded. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. So good for them, just sort of like barricading the sickos off.
It's Tiffany.
And I'm not gonna play her music here, but yeah, they just kind of walk around her. Just the gentlemanly thing to do, you know. Just the gentlemanly thing to do, right? Form is key. Like you're walking on the sidewalk with your woman, she gets the inside of the sidewalk, or whoever you're courting, right? Maybe you like dudes and you're a dude. I don't know. That's cool with me, but whoever you're courting gets the inside, right? If you're the man or the top or whatever. I don't However you get down, you're all welcome here, but I'm just saying. Little things like that. So very gentlemanly of Solo. He's a married man. Of course, he knows that. So Ari Emanuel's accused, speaking of accusations, of using WWE to promote friends for personal gain. Okay. So Stevie Richards, again, James Romero, they have this to say, and fine. It was kind of The Rock that ruined it, if you know what I mean. But then just going from The Rock to just that, turning up and just ruining it. So they're still going off about Travis Scott. Here's my whole thing. Travis Scott loves wrestling. Travis Scott called his shit Cactus Jack. I know you guys are not tapped in, okay, as the kids would say. Years ago, Travis Scott's whole label and shit, if you go to cactusjack.com, it's Travis Scott. That's his brand, okay? That's like his label and all that shit. He is a big fan of pro wrestling. It's just that He's a fucking stoner who smokes blunts, drinks Hennessy, and gets blowjobs from Kardashians on islands and shit, right? And ducks out on fucking parole and house arrest and all this shit, right? Like he's flown private planes to other countries while he's been on house arrest and shit, I'm pretty sure, or like was on parole or something. You guys can fact check me on that. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He came into wrestling. It's not about Emanuel. Yeah, I'll get all my friends involved. It's not about that as much as it's like Travis Scott wants to be part of wrestling. And WWE always incorporates celebrities and NFL players and shit. Over the years, they've always fucking done that. How do we do it in a way that works? It worked so well. Everyone's just crying there was no follow-up. Why was there no follow-up? Because he doesn't give a fuck. He's not going to show up. You can't lock him in on a date. He might just go to Ibiza because, okay, you can't just lock him in on a fucking date. The guy just phones in his music now, too. He just shows up and just freestyles it. And that used to work in that era where everyone was just freestyling their music. He was the best at that in that era. He's got his own unique flavor. He's just one of these eccentric dudes who doesn't give a fuck, okay? So whether it's open season on him or not, I don't know, but that's why it worked out the way it did with WWE. He's not as reliable. He's not as dedicated. He phones in everything and just has made it, you know? So he's not going to take this wrestling shit serious. Yeah, for people to still be triggered about there was no payoff, okay. What, are you going to cry about the cake in Kevin Owens' face too? Like, let's get over it already. This was interesting. This singer right here, Ellie Price, just found out that Def Rebel was using her voice for Fatal Influence theme song. And all these dumb fuck sickos are trying to roast her or roast WWE. And they're trying to, she's playing a bit of a victim here. Like, it's so crazy to hear my song. Just listen to this. Okay, lots of WWE accusations here lately. Accusations. But she's like, oh, they used my music. I can't believe it. And then we're going to break down, thanks to Meltzer Said What, exactly what happened here.
This week I found out that
There's like 6,000 people who like this, all these redacts who just, oh yeah, fuck the Fed. And yes, there's a lot of people who are like, fuck AEW. And I call it out too where it's not warranted, okay? But this is not warranted for people, all these idiots underneath in the replies going, oh, they're going to get sued and all this shit. No, bro. No. And I'm about to break down why.
this week I found out that my vocal is currently being used on a WWE entrance track. And people were loving it on YouTube. But how, you ask? Well, so did I.
Following contest is a
2.5 years ago now, I released my pop punk vocal sample pack on Splice.
See, she's doing this to try and get eyeballs on her pop punk vocal sample pack on Splice. Do you understand? So she's on fucking Splice. This is a site you go to. There's a bunch of them. Okay? Artlist.io. There's a bunch of them where you can go and buy music or pay the fee and you can straight up use the sample, use the lyrics. You can use the fucking riffs. You can use the beats full on out for anything royalty free. Okay, so Def Rebel's doing that. Awesome. Then don't listen to hip hop music. Everything sampled. Everything. Someone's like, oh, they used AI to edit this part of it or something. Okay. They've been using AI to EQ shit for fucking years. Don't listen to Timbaland or any of these major fucking producers. You know, they all sample everything. Everything is remixed. But not only that, they took her vocals from a site that she specifically uploaded to this site for people to do specifically that. So everyone being like WWE's going to get sued and all this shit, they're so fucking dumb. I was shocked to see everyone was loving it too. Well, that's the point, right? It's better than them saying it's shit.
Splice, accompanied to the ring by Fallon Henley, representing Fatal Influence.
Def Rebel have taken some of these samples, run them through what I assume is an AI program, which even their own fans have now noticed. I manipulated some of the melody, the lyrics, and it's so weird to have to look up the lyrics to something that you have sung when it's your own voice.
No, it's not weird because that's what you did when you uploaded it to that fucking website, and you know that. And if you don't know that, you need a better agent or manager, or you need to study more. You need to learn. You need to study the music business because that's what you agreed to when you uploaded that shit. Anyone can take it. And she's like, oh, I assume they put it through AI and everyone's running with this AI shit. They just got another guy to sing it. They just got someone different to fucking sing it. And if that is your voice remix, then maybe they use some AI. I mean, you can also use tuners to like completely change notes. A lot of these singers, when you hear them live and they're shitty or they're just obviously lip syncing, it's because when they sang the song in the studio, they may have got some notes and keys wrong, and you can go and literally change them now in Pro Tools and shit like that, okay?
Now, to be perfectly clear, they have done absolutely nothing wrong.
There you go. To be perfectly clear, they've done nothing wrong. The replies to this post are just a bunch of people who didn't even watch this video. They just reacted. They didn't fucking actually listen to her saying they did nothing wrong.
Is what these samples are supposed to be used for. And I'm stoked that I have come across it thanks to some lovely people that pointed it out. But part of me does wish that people knew it was me.
Then fucking make this TikTok and go, yo, I went viral and no one even knows it or something. I went viral and didn't know it. And then fucking you break this down. And then you'd be like, this is actually me. And if you want more of if you want to use my samples or check out my original music, check me out here and here. Instead of doing this like victim shit.
So this part is the most interesting to me because they've changed the lyrics. See if you can listen and hear the difference.
Okay, no, I don't care about that part. But yeah, so again, the response is 5.4K likes. The responses are like, oh, they're going to get sued. They're going to get fucking sued and all this shit. It's so stupid. Someone posted right here. So it's like 100% royalty free. Use splice samples for anything. They're fully cleared for commercial use. Keep everything you download, even if you cancel. Even if you cancel your thing. I might sign up for splice.com. What the fuck? That's amazing. That's a great deal. Shout out Splice. And yeah, so Def Rebel catching heat where they shouldn't. Shout out Meltzer Said What for pointing that out. They also did it with Dakota Kai's theme, I suppose. But she's no longer with WWE. Yeah, and so it's better. I would say that's better than typing into AI for just like generic lyrics. That's why you uploaded the shit there, you know? So speaking of musicians, Damian Priest shares a story about Randy Orton praising Bad Bunny for his dedication to wrestling. So Damian Priest says, I didn't work here before when the celebrities were that way, the negative way, but I've heard stories. But now when, say, for instance, Bad Bunny, when we first teamed for my first WrestleMania and his first WrestleMania as well, I remember in the lead up to that, Randy Orton coming up to him out of the blue and just thanking him for treating the business how it should be treated and taking it seriously and putting in the work and actually being into it to help, not just to promote. And I was standing there and I was like, man, that's crazy high praise coming from like Randy Orton. And Randy Orton or Bad Bunny understood that as well. Speaking of high praise, Bayley reflects on what she calls one of her best meet and greets of her career in Detroit. Gotta lose your mind to Detroit, Rock City, get up. First I drink and then I smoke. Dun-na, dun-na-na.
I just had one of the best meet and greets that I've ever had in WWE here in Detroit, Michigan for Minute Maid at a Kroger grocery store. There was over 500 people standing out in almost 100-degree weather and coming in all sweaty. And it was just the best. So fun and energetic. And it meant a lot. Like, look at all these bracelets that I got. Holy moly. I got some of the most special gifts today. A painting from NXT Brooklyn. It's going to be a 10-year anniversary next month. This one I audibly gasped in my hotel room because it's from Love and Basketball. My favorite movie, Monica Wright's high school jersey. This is so special and thoughtful. Man,
who's seen Love and Basketball?
That was a big surprise. And like these drawings really, they make my day. I swear this is something that like a day that I'm going to be thinking about for a long time. I had a really special one that just stuck with me because it's very simple. It just says, hope you win everything with a heart on it. It's so simple, and I'm going to frame it and put it in my room. I also got free sushi from the chef. It was just such a great day, and I just wanted to make this video so that everybody that came, I hope you know how much I really appreciate it.
I hope that sushi was sealed before he gave it to you.
It really needed that today. This week has been exhausting, and I had the best time. Seriously, thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to come back to Detroit.
Hell yeah. Gotta lose your mind to Detroit, Rock City. Get up. So here's El Grande Americano with the whole world in the palm of his hands here. Again, just has everyone going crazy for him in Monterey. Man, it's crazy how Ludwig took this character and just elevated it in such a way that I didn't even think he would, as far as like singing with the crowd and everything. There's got to be evil Gable. And guys, I'm telling you right now, Ridge was going to be the El Grande. And then they changed him to the Sweat Hog, the Iron Boar, or whatever the fuck they called him. He was going to be El Grande, but listen, this is way better. Ludwig's crushing it. And it's going to give him reason to feud Gunther eventually. And also, we're going to get evil Gable Grande versus super over babyface Ludwig Grande, which is going to be awesome. Bishop Dyer, Baron Corbin, speaks on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as examples of unselfish wrestlers. He says, in this business, there are always going to be people that are selfish and they want to make it about them. I'm going to go on Seth and Roman. The reason they are who they are, we are who we are. And why they are so good and will go down as Hall of Famers and all of those things is because they're not selfish people. Those dudes want to elevate everybody they're in the ring with, and they want to elevate the business no matter what. Shout out Busted Open Radio for that quote. And finally, folks, Brie Bella talks about her WWE status and says, my roadblock is the fact that my husband is with the rival company. So she's being open and honest about it, and she could have a job tomorrow in AEW if she wanted.
Guys, Tony Khan.
But she doesn't want one there. Think about that. Really fucking think about that. Okay, she could have a job tomorrow if she wanted one with AEW, but she doesn't want one so bad, and she's going on the record saying my husband being in AEW is a problem for us being in WWE. And she's on the record saying, yeah, I can't show our kids Moxley matches. And Danielson's like, oh, well, he watched my bloody strap match. And he's just like a big dummy. And just being honest, man, he's one of my goats, but that dude's a dummy. Okay, I gotta be perfectly fucking honest.
Dummy, yeah.
And so hopefully Brie Bella comes back. And I thought she was being so open with it because it was just one of those obvious things. But if she's now saying, well, it's because my husband's in the other company, it's actually a roadblock for me right now, then damn, it might not be looking so good on her end. So we'll stay updated on that as much as we can. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE News.